And then there was this whole movement that girls should not play men's sports. And so they created ringette, they created softball, they created netball, which were all these equivalent sports for girls. And so that was still in existence when I was, about to sign up for hockey. And it was really only because my father had a sister who had played sports, and she was older, and he kind of looked up to her, and so he knew that women could play.
There were a few times throughout my career, I made a boys team, got chased into a dressing room by an angry parent because their son had been cut for me. There were multiple things like that, but on the other side of it, there were multiple wonderful experiences. A lot of people that were very supportive in my life, and I was fortunate to have the opportunity to play with sort of the Angela James of the world and look up to them. Some female mentors who basically said, "You can do this." And
so thank goodness for people like yourself and Angela James. When you hear comments coming from Sami-Jo and Cheryl, does it spark any memories for you?
Well, one thing that I ran into when I was in university was they created this wonderful game out of North Bay called Ringette, and the government put a lot of money into Ringette. They felt like, wow, this is a game that girls can play, and it's competitive, and let's throw our support behind this, because in a way, the parks and recreation departments of the world supported, not of the world, but of Canada, supported the Ringette movement. And there was grants going on. I remember at the Red Barons, we got a grant to go out and teach Ringette to young girls. And what our payment was ice time for the Red Barons to practice with. So, we were battling an uphill battle, and nothing against Ringette. It's a great game, and it's developed quite lovely. But the two games evolved totally different, Joe. Ringette came from the top down. It got created, it got support by recreation departments, and it got pushed down into the grassroots level. Whereas the women's hockey program came up from the grassroots level. We were the scrappers, we were the fighters. In Kingston, we had a lawyer, Cookie Cartwright, and she made sure that we got ice time, and it was every small community had that initiative to come up from the grassroots, and I think that's made the women's hockey program very strong. And Joe, if you were to take a look at hockey statistics right now in Canada, there's more females registered with Hockey Canada than there is males.
Wow. That's an incredible turnaround and a testament to the work you've done, no question.